Russian President Vladimir Putin and his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping are meeting in the ancient Silk Road city of Samarkand in Uzbekistan this week. The event will be watched closely across Central Asia, Europe and Washington. The Kremlin has already hailed the importance of the planned meeting, noting that it's particularly important amid tensions with the West. China has pointedly refused to criticise Russia's action in Ukraine and denounced Western sanctions against Moscow. To talk more about this now, I'm joined by Craig Singleton, Senior Fellow at the Foundation for Defence of Democracies, joining us from Washington, D.C. Great to have you with us, Craig. So we've got these two leaders meeting on the sidelines of the Shanghai Cooperation Organisation Summit. Which leader is this meeting more important for right now?
I think the timing of this Xi-Putin summit, as well as the Shanghai Cooperation Organization meetings, is purely intentional. Both are meant to coincide with this week's UN General Assembly, which is largely seen to reflect the U.S.-led international order. And so both Xi and Putin are seeking to undermine that order. And these meetings and that summit are aimed at signaling China and Russia's interest in leading an anti-Western alliance of nations.
So what do you think China will make of Russia's recent setbacks on the battlefield when it comes to Ukraine? And were Russia to lose this war, do you think that could actually put China in a difficult position?
The meetings and the SCO summit are occurring at a very challenging moment for the so-called no limits partnership that exists between China and Russia. China's global reputation sits at record lows. Its economy is in a tailspin. And as you mentioned, Russia just suffered major battlefield setbacks in Ukraine, which I think will not be a topic of discussion during their upcoming meeting. I think the real challenge, though, for Xi and Putin is that their marriage of convenience is more symbolic than substantive.
Well, we know what some of Russia's demands have been with regards to China in the past. I wonder if you think that they'll make any headway at this meeting, or at least reiterate those requests when it comes to support. And also, I wonder, what do you think China wants to take away from this? As you say, no limits partnership.
Absolutely. I think China was surprised by Russia's decision to invade Ukraine and has since sought to strike a balance between supporting Russia's cause rhetorically, but without violating international sanctions. And that balancing act has greatly sort of damaged China's relationships, particularly with the EU, one of its top trading partners. Granted, trade between China and Russia has soared over the last year, but China has so far refused to provide Russia with much needed military equipment for this Ukraine campaign. And so I think going forward, China is keen to capitalize on Russia's international isolation, primarily to push for very favorable terms on a planned pipeline between China and Russia, one that could help China alleviate its many energy challenges.